Return to Dallas. I'm Robert P. Fitton, and this is a quick synopsis of the second novel in the Patch Kincaid series. Return to Dallas is a serious book with a panoply of intel players, a couple who became involved in surveilling Lee Harvey Oswald, and a popular president who was assassinated in front of the world. Because of the avalanche of misinformation in the literature of the Kennedy Assassination, as well as films, I needed my book about the JFK assassination to be different. Kennedy assassination is a transcendental event in American history. With Kennedy gone in 1963, power was consolidated and we went to war in Vietnam. Why do I choose the word transcendental? Transcendental, all of a relating to or a part of a reality beyond the observable physical universe. Having lived through Dallas, I can say the experience was so out of the ordinary, so against our lives as we knew them, and just plain awful. Those behind the lone gunman narrative want to keep our minds set in the mundane, the usual, and the everyday machinations of our world. To say that Kennedy was killed in a massive operation, you have to suspend disbelief. You need to realize the event was transcendental. I don't think now, since the Kennedy assassination is a part of American and world history, that we can fully understand the ramifications of Jack Kennedy's death in broad daylight on an American street. We need to dig deeper and see the sinister connections surrounding Elm Street. We need to use our simple logic applied to what transpired after Dallas in order to understand why Dallas happened at all. If it wasn't Dallas, then it would have been Chicago, Los Angeles, Miami, or Tampa. Kennedy was in the way of the power structure that exploded during and after World War II. Ambush, a surprise attack by people lying in wait in a concealed position. In the photo behind me, we see on a clearing, sunny day in November, President Kennedy next to his wife Jackie on Elm Street in Dallas, Texas. They're in the kill zone as a raft of bullets descend upon the limousine from numerous directions. Return to Dallas is a unique novel. Patch Kincaid follows the long road to Dallas and witnesses the final moments of President Kennedy's life in detail. Why would I place 873 footnotes into a narrative? Because, ladies and gentlemen, let me reiterate that stories of the Kennedy assassination are filled with falsehoods, wild accusations, disinformation, and theories engineered by those with special interests. When I continued the Patch Kincaid scenario in Dallas to November 1963, I decided that everything, to the best of my knowledge, had to be sourced, and the narrative had to match reality. However, using 60 years of research, I think I can present a picture of what was happening around President Kennedy and those who plotted against him. The people who orchestrated this huge operation to set up Oswald and assassinate JFK and cover it up were experts in overturning governments. You're not going to find Fitton's theory of this or Fitton's theory of that. What you will see through the eyes of Patch Kincaid is my best judgment in utilizing the persistent research of the past 60 years. Don't run away because I use science fiction to slow things down and move things about to get a clearer view of what happened. I remember how Rod Serling used to metaphorically use science fiction to illustrate controversial subjects as to not rattle the sponsors of the Twilight Zone. I have no sponsors, but that metaphorical technique sharpens the lens, especially in Dealey Plaza on November 22nd, 1963. And the cover-up? It's still going on, despite the abundance of documents and dead bodies. But the researchers are competent, persistent, and tenacious. And finding the truth won't leave a stain on America. Indeed, it will cleanse America. Return to Dallas is available at Amazon in Kindle and paperback, and the audiobook is at audible.com and iTunes. I'm Robert P. Fitton, and this has been a quick synopsis.